I've realized that a really good barometer for me in my relationships is how willing am I to spend time with people who don't make me feel good. This could be a friendship that I'm maintaining where I'm just not getting a lot out of the friendship anymore, and maybe it has a lot of history, and so I continue to maintain the friendship. Or it could be a relationship with my parents. I have one parent that makes me feel good, and one parent, every time I come away from the interaction, I'm like, I feel like I didn't measure up in order to earn love. And I would say, as I'm healing in my relationships and becoming more intimate in my relationships, I'm not really willing to spend time in relationships that I'm not getting anything out of. And I think old me would have said, well, that's really selfish to only take part in things that you're getting something out of. What about showing up to help people? And I do think relationships are symbiotic. There is give and take. But I also think every relationship in my life needs to add to my life. I need to prefer hanging out with someone to being alone. If I would just rather be alone than go and spend time with someone, there's a bit of a problem for me. And I think we sometimes maintain relationships through hard times to support our friends, but at the end of the day, we are enriched by those relationships over the long term. It seems to be coming up a lot lately where it's just like this relationship isn't resonating. And the way that I deal with that in my life is to just prioritize my time towards the things that I want to do, the people that I do want to spend time with. And also, if my needs are not being seen, not being met in relationships, I am open and honest with people to the highest extent I can be. Especially if it's people who I've been close to for a long time, I see myself as sort of owing them more of an explanation as to why I might not want to spend time with them. So if it's family, I would say something like, every time we spend time together, I feel obligated to do X, Y, and Z. There have been family members in the past that made me feel obligated to do gift giving and gift receiving during the holidays, and I hate that shit. So if it were that situation, I would just say, oh, thank you for sending me a gift. Next year, I would just rather do something different. I'm just not really into gift giving, and it feels like I have a lot of obligation. And I would rather give love rather than give obligation. It feels performative to me. With friendships, it's more that I just prioritize my time with the people who I enjoy most. And my best friends, the friends that I have the strongest relationships with, are the people that I enjoy the most, that I get the most out of that relationship. A lot of the time we have the most in common, or we're closer in age. We have a lot of the same interests. We want to spend a lot of time together. It's a very generative and positive experience. And then there are lesser characters in my life that sort of come in and come out, and I prioritize my time as I can for those friendships. And then there are other intimate interactions where I feel more like an advisor, like I'm showing up to help someone process something. And those, I do get something out of them, which is I get to show up for someone, but they might not be showing up for me in the same way, or I just might not feel particularly supported by them. And so I have to protect my energy around those. There are a lot of people in the world who need help and need advice and might really enjoy spending time with me. But it has to be a reciprocal experience to be a good relationship to me. There needs to be actual relating, being given and being received back and forth. I don't have a good ending, but that's my little rant.